Hello and welcome to It's Football Not Soccer. This podcast is going to be on the Capital One Cup. There are games on Tuesday and Wednesday. My name is Tope, as you all know or should know, and I'm joined today by Michael and Jack.
Hi guys.
What's up?
So let's kick right off. We've got some tasty fixtures on Tuesday and Wednesday. We've got some local derbies. We've got Aston Villa versus Birmingham. We've got obviously the big one, probably the biggest one during the 2 days, which is Arsenal versus Tottenham. And we've also got Crystal Palace versus Charlton Athletic. That's another South London derby. And there are some games where Championship sides are playing Premiership teams like Reading versus Everton. So there are potentially be some upsets. So what do you guys think about the draw?
I think there's some really exciting fixtures in there. There's some bankers that usually the top teams you think are going to get through comfortably. I think Chelsea have got Walsall, Liverpool, Carlisle, Man United, Ipswich. I don't see there being upsets there. But like you said, I think Reading could get a good result against Everton. Everton have had a good start to the season, but in a cup match you never know.
There's one game that just sort of piqued my interest, and it's just because they've sort of had cup history before, and it's Sunderland Man City, and it's at Sunderland. And I know Sunderland have been pretty poor lately, but they've been a cup team in previous years, and they've normally done really well. And I could easily see Sunderland getting a cheeky win over City.
Also, Sunderland have a good record at home against City at the stadium, right? I think they lost at home last year, but before that, I think they'd won 3 or 4 1-0 in a row. So I'm sure that Man City will go there looking to rest a few players. I don't think Aguero will play. I don't think Silva will play. So it would be a good chance for Sunderland.
Well, absolutely. I mean, if you just quickly pop back to the Premier League game, Man City, they missed those players, and what happened? They lost.
Exactly.
So it could happen again midweek. So you're not too sure. They could be on a downward slope. You don't know.
I think another one there, an exciting team for me, is Milton Keynes Dons against Southampton. Southampton, they've had a very poor start to the season, and Milton Keynes, they're a very attacking team, and I think that would be a really exciting game, and I think that could be another upset.
I think Leicester City versus West Ham United will be a really good game as well. Both flying high in the Premiership. So that would be interesting.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So how do we think teams are gonna use the Capital One Cup? In the past, previously, the big teams have fielded their youngsters and the players on the fringes. Do you think there's gonna be a team like Man United or Everton or West Ham that are gonna really go for a cup? What do you think?
I think lots of teams you can have an argument saying they should. For example, Liverpool, lots of pressure on Brendan Rodgers, and you just know that if he could win a cup, that would give him a lot more time and release that pressure. Louis van Gaal spent a lot of money, hasn't brought any silverware in yet. Good opportunity to do that. Jose Mourinho always likes to win a cup. So, and Man City, they never won anything last year, so they're going to want to get another trophy in that cabinet. So, for the top teams, they want to win, but also it's a good opportunity for some teams who is very competitive at the top of the league. So, winning the Capital One Cup is a chance to get into Europe. So, for teams like Swansea, Everton, Crystal Palace, who will be, and West Ham, Spurs, Liverpool, who are going to be competing for those top 5, top 6 places, some of them are going to miss out. So another opportunity is the Capital One Cup. So I think all these teams have really got to take it seriously.
Yeah, I think it'll be a great chance for Chelsea to field some of their youngsters. Oh yeah, they're all in Holland, aren't they?
Well, do you know what? I was just going to say, Chelsea are kind of the exception to the rule in terms of the cup games, because I find a lot of Liverpool, Man United, a lot of the top teams do play their youngsters and their youth players to blood them and get them into the team. And it's a good idea if it comes off. Jose Mourinho, he doesn't really rotate that much. And I think against Walsall it'll be maybe a similar team to the one that was playing midweek against Tel Aviv. I think Loftus-Cheek will play, maybe Bertrand Traore, but you'll still see maybe Willian, you'll see probably Falcao, Mikel, yeah. I mean, you won't see the youngsters because, as you said, most of them are on loan. So yeah, I think Chelsea are kind of the exception to the rule in that respect. But no, I agree with you completely, Michael, in that teams such as Spurs, definitely Liverpool, they should really be going for it.
It's going to be very interesting to see how both Spurs and Arsenal approach that derby game. Yeah. Both know that even though it's a League Cup, it's a big derby, and for the fans, you're going to want to put a strong team out and try and win that game.
Mm.
But you've also got to balance it out. Spurs, I know, have got Manchester City on the weekend, and Arsenal, they've got an away game, so they want to keep players fresh, and they're carrying some slight knocks and slight injuries, and Arsenal have got a few suspensions, so they're going to have to put some squad players out to give them a chance as well.
Arsenal, naturally, they always generally from memory play their youth team in there.
Yeah.
But they
That's a long time ago. I think they now play a bit of a stronger team. I think there was always a little bit of a myth sometimes. I remember when Spurs beat Arsenal 5-1 and Arsenal was like, we'll put our kids out. Well, actually, when you look at that team sheet, Fabregas, Gallas, Adebayor, all those players are playing. So I think it's a bit of a myth.
they need to play at full strength. Not just because it's Spurs, but because they did lose at the weekend.
Yeah.
And I think it's big for them. They could, they've won the FA Cup back to back. All right, that's fair enough. And they have already won silverware this season. But I think the League Cup should be something that they should be gunning for.
I think it'll be utilising their 25-man squad more than bringing people from the youth team to play in that game. So not having the same 11 that they played on the weekend, but having, maybe your Rosicky, players like that playing. So
I think it's just whatever teams are put out. I think it's going to be a cracking game, and I think it's going to be high scoring as well. Talking about the derbies, obviously Aston Villa Birmingham.
Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to that. They haven't played each other for a while, and whenever they do, it seems to be dramatic. So I wonder, what do you think about that?
I definitely think that Aston Villa will get the win though. I do think Tim Sherwood, I could see maybe him looking at a cup and thinking they've got a decent chance. And I think maybe they will. I think they'll have a go, and I think they'll beat Birmingham City. I think they'll go through. I think they'll go far actually.
I don't know, because you got to think, for these Championship players and these League One players, this is their Champions League. So that is why there's, I think in the last Capital One Cup last season, there were a lot of upsets.
Well, Sheffield United got to the semi-final.
Exactly.
That's it,
Yeah, and you got to think only a few years back to Bradford City being in the final, beating teams like Arsenal. So I think players in the lower leagues use this as their Champions League finals, and it's a chance for them to also be put on the shop window for bigger and better things. So I think there will definitely be some upsets. So I have a sneaky feeling that Birmingham City might sneak a winner.
What do you think about maybe the promoted teams and how they view these types of games? Because obviously their priority is staying in the league. So if you're Bournemouth and you maybe don't have massive strength in depth, what are you gonna do in terms of this type of game?
If I was a Bournemouth manager, it's great to give the fans some excitement and win a cup, but I think Bournemouth fans will admit it as well. All they need to do this year is give 100% in the league. If they get knocked out in the third round of the cup, or both cups, or in the FA Cup, no one's going to be too bothered. If they stay in the league, it's going to be forgotten. If I was a Bournemouth manager, if I was a Watford manager, and if I was a Norwich manager, I'd be looking to change 9, 10, 11 players, keep them fresh for the weekend, because they all had good results. Watford won away at Newcastle, Norwich got a draw at Anfield, and Bournemouth beat Sunderland. So they all got good results.
Yeah.
Keep those players fresh and keep that momentum going in their next round of fixtures. That's what I'd be thinking.
Well, promoted team fans, let us know what you think on that one.
Yeah, perfect example is Birmingham City. They won the League Cup.
They beat Arsenal
4 years ago. Yeah, they beat Arsenal. I think Obafemi Martins got a late winner.
Yeah.
And so they won the League Cup, but it was that season that they all also got relegated. And if you ask any of those players, the manager or fans, what you prefer, the League Cup, even though it was at Wembley, or staying up, getting 17th place.
It's priorities, really. It's all those teams who are, like we said before, between maybe 5th and 13th place, or that know they're going to get there. Teams like Stoke, maybe, I don't know, they're not really, for me, they haven't really gone too far in the cups, and maybe that's
for a
something
team
they
like
should
Stoke,
look at.
this could kick-start their season. I think they've been stuttering. I think they've got 3 points from 6 games. So
they've got away tie at Fulham.
Away tie at Fulham, that's a game that I think they could win, and it could kick-start their season. So I think if I was Mark Hughes, I'd be putting out a strong team along with the majority of the other Premiership managers.
Okay, just a few more points I want to make before we end this podcast. How is the Capital One Cup viewed? Is it? I know we've touched on it briefly, but is it a trophy that teams want to win? Is it because like for example, you were talking about Liverpool and how Rodgers needs a
Yeah.
trophy. If Liverpool comes seventh and Rodgers manages to win the Capital One Cup with Liverpool, would that save him? Would the fans be like, "Oh, we won the Capital
It
One
should.
Cup"?
I think it should because a cup's a cup. I think a lot of people get that tag the Mickey Mouse Cup. Fans won't admit it. They want to win the cup. They want to win the Capital One Cup, but they don't want to admit it. I think every team wants to win it.
I think there's one team that, I think the fans want it more than anything. I think that's Newcastle. They could really do with a decent cup run.
Was it
The
40,
fans-
50 years?
The fans have nothing to sort of smile about at the
In
moment.
60s, I think.
It's I don't know myself.
One
but
of
it's
them
just
I
pretty
want to
poor.
ask Tope. Manchester United. I know they beat Spurs a few years ago to win the cup, but they've never really had a proper go at the Capital One Cup. What do you think about this year? Do you think Van Gaal? How do you think he will approach
Home
it?
tie against Ipswich.
Well, I think we had a few good seasons in the past in the Ferguson era, winning the cups, and that actually because when we went, when Mourinho first came to Chelsea, and there was that era of Chelsea winning the Premiership for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
In the second season, we won the League Cup and we won it. This was Rooney's first trophy. This was Ronaldo's first trophy, and I think that experience of winning the trophy helped them in the further years when we went on to win the Premier League the year after. So I think that it will be great for Man United to win a cup. Van Gaal knows and he's spoken publicly that he will leave in 2017. So he will want to win as much silverware as possible. And just as a fan, you want to win these cups. I mean, for me,
You want to stay out at Wembley.
exactly. I know this is about the Capital One Cup, but I'm distraught that we haven't won the FA Cup in over 10 years now or something.
See, it's
incredible
interesting
like
because
that.
you asked the question before, how is it viewed? So as a Man United fan, to you want to win it, but you prefer maybe Champions League place or obviously Premier League.
Yeah, obviously Champions League place, but the FA Cup is something I want to win. I mean, when we are third,
but not the League Cup.
no, I don't care about the Capital One Cup. To be fair, but obviously if we win, I'm happy. It's happy days, but
To be fair, I see it as quite a good cup you can win because for one thing,
it hasn't got the romance of the FA Cup though.
I agree with that, and that's maybe why it's viewed slightly differently. But the final is in February, and after that, you've still got quite a bit of time to maybe if you've been stuttering over Christmas, you're still in the cup. That can maybe, like we said before, kickstart.
It can work
something
two
like
ways. I think it can spur teams on to give that final push and really have a good end to their league season, or for some teams, like you said, Birmingham, it can mean they take their foot off the gas and it can cause problems.
I think the same thing happens to Swansea City as
Happened
well.
to Spurs as well.
Yeah.
So Capital One.
Do we think any Championship teams are going to get far in this? I mean, let's just have a quick look at who we've got. Like Sheffield Wednesday, we've got Reading, we've got Fulham. Teams that have been in the Premier League recently enough.
I think you never know. I think there's definitely some games in this round where some Championship teams will get through and cause a few shocks. But again, it's in a cup. It all depends on the draw. They could be drawn away in the next game against Chelsea or Man United and struggle, or they could get a nice home draw against a team like Bournemouth or even another Champions team and cause upset. I think I think all they can do is focus on trying to cause the upset this week and then hope for a good draw.
I've got just my last point on the Capital One Cup. I've just got a sneaky feeling West Ham United are going to do really well in this cup. So I potentially see them winning it. So that's
Is that your pick?
Yeah, that's my bet.
Are you sort of buzzing on the fact that they've done very good away from home at the moment, and obviously Dimitri Payet has looked excellent for them.
That's one of the reasons, but it's just one of my gut feelings. I think all the people listening know about my thoughts on Shelby and how he'll do in England, and that came true. So I think this one as well will come true.
Not the Chelsea Arsenal game there.
And that's where we end our podcast on the Capital One Cup. Thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, and peace.
See you later.
See you guys.